We are going live. You're live. Okay.
Liam, sure there isn't a mode that lets you cover more area than that?
It's on this.
Okay.
Working.
Yeah.
Just slowly.
Yeah, it's gonna take you like a whole hour to cover the whole thing, man.
He's doing his best.
Look how little he's doing.
Yeah. See, that's better.
Or, well, I don't know where you are. So now I'm looking at screens.
There we go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not too loud, so
Yeah, I told you that
starts
yesterday.
hitting above -4. It's getting too loud.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun day.
I know.
Can adjust
Better work
that.
fast, social.
I love the good stuff.
Russell judges really fast, you guys.
Okay.
I
So
will,
this is
especially
the
the chickens.
controller, the switcher.
It's a little
It's
different.
going to be like that. I'm going to put this up.
I need to go send a text to all my high school students. And then
So Nikon is on here.
Chickens.
It was going to tie directly into
I know.
I was
the
working.
A system.
I was
I
trying.
think it's just
Sure.
set a goal.
Want me to take one? Huh? I take one of these?
Yes.
Okay.
all right. And then
Also, it's just the timing was a little off.
so then I occasionally turn on the audio on the laptop.
When to go
Hmm?
from, go from okay
Yeah.
with market 3 back to
And all of a
cookie
sudden-
All right.
and then had to go back into the meeting and everything.
Yeah, I'll leave
No, I
here
know.
pretty quick.
Never always great.
I judged for like 2
So
minutes.
for teardown,
I think it's
there's stream, and here is the stream directors here, my camera, the microphone in the middle. There's 2 of these for front and for the speaker box. Yeah, so you just pull these, unplug everything, and wrap it like that. Cover caption. And then laptop, there's a sleeve like yours for this. I put the power supply in with it. It's a set. Oh, the orange barrels. 2 of them, the 2 Cat 6 will go in this box right at the bottom.
No, there's enough for him. So,
The third
primary
one,
and
the
I
power cord,
by the way.
pretty much it. The most sensitive, most challenging thing is a thumb screen on the bottom. But the big thing is going to be
Your dairy goat primary, pigment primary, then all your
to clear out it. Probably
you do the primaries,
all the primaries, and then do the dairy foods, and then do your
just barely.
and you only have fall. You're just, he has 2. He's gonna walk them in.
Okay. So let's see. Again, 5, 8 or so. So if this goes that long,
Yes.
maybe do I have your number? That's a good idea anyway. And if there's a problem, yeah, and if there's a tech problem, stop the stream and restart.
They're champion. But I'll be here.
Currently, I have texted you.
There you go. All right. All right, these two mics work. This one over 2,000. I don't know why. Okay. So I'm not sure. Yeah, if you want to move the mics in there, I just like setting up.
Typically, yes, out here, but for this case, I was just like,
All right, we're starting. Sure.
All right, you're gonna keep following me.
What's the question? Oh, just either transition or cut. And then you, if you go here, then it's in the yeah, at some point you may want to switch this over here and run that camera. You can also lower the tripod and sit. Shoot through the fence. All right. Thank you, sir.
See you later.
All right. Mary's good. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So this is wired. It looks like both of these mics are set to 2 seconds. Okay, so they both go into the
They don't.
Oh, okay.
So the reason we had it like that before was because we only had the one going in.
Oh,
And so then you could sit back here and announce something and turn your mic off.
and then someone else could.
And then the judge could turn on the mic and talk about the animal.
Okay. All right, then that probably does. So I did this off. I don't know how to put this off the board. It's going to the other channel. But that's and I didn't know how does this work? Or
Okay.
Remind me, with this one, do you zoom by with the spinning back? Or is this a dial?
the zoom is here.
Right. Okay. Before I started messing
Yeah.
around with stuff I didn't know.
And then focus. Touch.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, touch. And you can turn this whole table sideways. All right. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah. That camera has
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to look back at the analytics and see whether or not we ever thought about it. The ones yours.
Oh, because it's up on YouTube.
Right. You can actually see. Well, the one yesterday, 14 KV, all that. 6 views. 6 views.
Yep.
Current viewers keep that.
All right.
Two.
That's cool. What's your name?
So,
Five. Lori. What do you like about Lori?
She has a, she's
What do you like about Shannon? All right, we're gonna walk around the ring another time, okay? You ready? Buddy? And now you're gonna set up
The
facing this way, okay? And then you're gonna set up right next to him, buddy. Yep, you're gonna do that right here, perfect. And then you're gonna face that, go right next to him. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. And then right next to him. You're gonna come right here. And then you're gonna come right here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Perfect. And then you're gonna come here. And then you're gonna come right here. And then you're gonna come right here.
These some are equal.
Yeah, actually.
And go right here.
Those prices.
Almost. Here go. Here it goes.
Which mic? Oh.
We could do water drops.
Alrighty, let's give a round of applause for our primaries, please. It's cool having such a big class of primaries. Primaries that definitely already have the knowledge there. So juniors and intermediates better look out. We already got some of the knowledge base of what they like about their goat on confirmation basis, and I was very impressed. And then we're getting into quizzing them on body parts, and they all nailed it on the spot. So it was amazing to see, especially all the different breeds out here as well, you know. Not just Nigerians. We have some Toggenburgs and a nice little Oberhausley. So it was great talking with all the kids, all the things they loved. Of course, you know, they still love them being cute and cuddly, but they definitely loved certain parts of their goats, which was great to see in such young showmen, and that we have so many young showmen. So let's give them another big round of applause.
What? You have to go over there and check them.
I can do it. Primary showmanship?
Next in the ring, primary.
Next in the ring is primary showmanship for pygmies, please. Primary showmanship for pygmies.
Yeah. Dude, it's totally raining.
So I'll keep going this way. A little more this way. There we go.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
And then you'll set up your goat. Awesome, right there.
I mean, geez, man. It gets to the point where I just I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my coffee.
Okay.
Right here, next to each other, okay? One will sit here, one will sit here. Yep, keep coming. Middle of the road. Perfect. Set up your goat. Look good. All right, even though it's a smaller class, let's still give another round of applause for these primaries. Really holding on in there. This is our little pygmy show for the primaries here. Two really good youth that are really working with their goats. They love their goats. You know, one loves scratches, the other one is just super cute, according to the youth. And I would have to agree, even though when I tried to scratch the goat, they didn't agree too much. So, but great job overall. Again, nailing body parts and really holding on as we give this goat's giving this little girl a run for her money, but you know she's staying strong and holding on to that goat. And they did a great job leading them around. So another big round of applause, please. There's my we might be doing that because we just keep All right, next we're going to start our dairy goat breed show. Our dairy goat breed show. Yes, that is the order: breed and then showmanship. So we're starting with our junior kid class. Junior kid class.
Somebody grabbed me asking questions and I forgot my coffee.
Stop right there. Facing the beach line. And you go right behind her. Hit the tail. All right, first class. Today for our dairy goat show for our junior doe class of our registered. One placing over two today. It's going to be for the advantage that she has in dairy strength. When we look at these goats on the move, she just shows more of that angular. As she stands, you get your hands on her. She's sharper at her whip. She's more open in that ribbing, showing you the clarity of rib towards that flank than the doe in two today. And she's also a little more level from hip to pin as she moves about the ring. I do think that she will grant some power and strength to the doe behind her in two. Two then placing over three today for her advantage. In general, when you look at feet and legs, you get behind them. She's a little more correct about those rear legs that, when viewed from the rear, as well as getting more of an arc, height, and width into that escutcheon than the doe in three today. She's also a little more open in her ribbing than the doe in three. Three then placing over four today for her advantage in general appearance. When we look at the top line, the rump structure, it's a little more level from hip to pin while on the move and on the standstill. She also has the advantage in front end assembly, just showing more extension to that brisket than the doe in four. The doe in four, definitely a very solid body capacity for such a young kid, great depth of heart rate. The thing I would just like to do is, level her out a little bit more, but she definitely is a really very strong doe, just a very competitive first class. So great job to the exhibitors. Senior kids next. Senior registered kids. Thank you.
Sorry, I was going to I was trying to grab it and I said we couldn't use it.
In our junior kids show, our placing was fourth place with Cody Jonas with El Capitan FFA. For third place, we had Cheyenne Machoud with Ramona Stars 4-H, Poway 4-H. In second place, we had Sam Mitchell with Ramona Stars 4-H. And in first place, we had Lila Courtney with Poway 4-H.
Sound okay with that? Sounds a little scratchy. Huh?
All right, these are our senior kid class. Very close competition here. Very similar styles of does. We just have a couple things went over today. Is for general. When we get into levelness of that run, to a little more level to thin as well as thorough to thorough when on the move, as well as when we get into the front end. Specifically. She has that shoulder slightly closer against that body wall and keeping that elbow slightly more tucked in than the doe in 2 today. The doe in 2, such a gorgeous doe, a doe that definitely stands out in style. Very strong feet and legs, and for that she'll be commended today. Great class, great class.
Second place is Betsy, right? So, Hunter is second place.
For our senior kids, our placings are second place is Hunter Cooper with Poway 4-H. And first place is Chase Jonas with El Capitan FFA.
Junior yearlings, please.
Russell, do you want me to just say what the next class is when I read off the placings?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Just try and keep things going.
Yeah.
That little picture. No, just keep it right there. Is that it?
Yep.
Perfect.
This is showing official. So when you're done with the paper, then you hand it to me and I'll take it and then it's like after this one. Still feel raindrops on my head.
Yeah. You get the microphone set up, so this is the microphone.
Huh?
You didn't get the microphone set up, so this is the microphone. So anything you say next to this going through.
Side by side, facing the beat for it.
All right, a nice little bigger class here of our yearlies. Lots of variation here. We have two Lamanchas, an Alpine, a Tog, and two Nigerian dwarfs. Yeah, the size definitely is a little difficult, but at the same time, you can definitely look at qualities in each. And hopefully, you can tell why they are placed where they are. So, one placing over two today is for her advantage in general appearance. As we watch the doe in one walk around, she's just more level from hip to pin than the doe in two, as well as she's just a little more proportionally in length in that chine and loin area when considering her rump and her overall stature. She also has the advantage today in general appearance. When we're looking at the escutcheon, she's a little higher in that escutcheon than the doe in two. She also has the advantage of body capacity, deeper in that heart girth, showing more spring to that overall barrel, a little wider chest floor than the doe in two. Two, then over three, a quick switch at the end here. It's going to be for the advantage that she has in her turn and general appearance. When we look at that china, she's a little stronger in it. She's not as weak where she tends to kind of rotate in her back end in the doe in 3. She also, in her turn, is stronger in that dairy strength category. She's a little more open in her ribbing, showing more flatness of bone than the doe in 2, as well as just a little more angularity, or doe in 3. My apologies. 3 went over 4 today. And it's body capacity. We're looking at spring to that barrel, looking at the depth of that, peering into that depth of barrel that we see in the outline over the top. She also has the advantage when we look at width in the hawks as she moves about the ring in the doe in 4. And then placing over 5 today for her advantage. When we look at levelness over that run from the thorough, she also has the advantage of end assembly under. We're looking at extension of that brisket and cleanliness of that brisket over the dough in 5 today. 5 and 6 is going to be for her advantage today. For general appearance, we look at width between the dogs, as well as just overall cleanliness and smoothness into the shoulders and the shoulder assembly and the dough that ends on line. The dough at the tail of our line today is a really nice dairy dough. She needs a little more body on her in order to today.
Just 2-year-olds, no?
Under 2 years.
Just one?
Just one of them.
Our next class is under fresh or milk.
What do I do?
Placings for our junior year. We have Clayton Berry with Valley Center 4-H. In 4th place, we have Anna Falso with Poway 4-H. 3rd place, we have Kennedy Crease with Poway 4-H. In 2nd place, we have Taylor Chalk with Fallbrook FFA. And in 1st place, we have Morgan Mitraki with Fallbrook FFA. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
Well, because some of them.
All right, single entry in this class. A doe that stand a lot more competition. A doe that has some great attachments to that mammary system. Overall, very dairy and deep. Such a deep doe for being a first freshener. But we really admired the width that we saw in that rear mammary system, as well as the smoothness and fullness in that forerudder. So I know that's definitely well deserving of that blue ribbon and much more competition.
Our next class is going to be 2-year-olds. For our under 2-year placing in first place, we have Tanner McKnight.
Different strategy game.
No, but it is a strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I need something I'm able to pause so I can do that.
I was a little bit of big.
It's almost like a kindergarten said. Kindergarten one. No.
Actually, no.
All right, let's go ahead and walk.
So you need a total 4 more seconds.
I have at least.
I can do whatever I want.
Head to tail, head to tail, head to tail. Alrighty, on to our 2-year-old milking class here. Kind of a closer placing up at the top of the line. Two beautiful mammary systems. Just one placing over 2 for that mammary system. I think she just has a little more extension of that foreudder, more capacity in that foreudder that we're seeing there. And then udder, just more of that, more width in that rear arc and rear attachment, as well as a little stronger attachments than the doe in 2. She also has the advantage in body capacity when we're looking at depth of heart girth, depth of barrel, spring to that overall barrel than the doe in 2 today. I do think she will grant some strength in those feet and legs, more specifically in the front feet and legs, and how she tracks about the ring. Doe in 2 is a little cleaner about that. 2 then placing over 3 today for her advantage of the memory system, having a little more height than that rear udder attachment, four-udder attachment than the doe in 3. She also has the advantage today in general appearance, as we just look at loveliness over the top line while on the move, as well as just length and of body and overall sharpness and cleanness when comparing to the doe in 3. 3 then placing over 4 today for the advantage in the mammary system. The doe in 3 definitely doesn't have the largest mammary system, but she has one of the most well-attached mammary systems. It's a very strong attachment in that rear and forward, great width. I'd like to see a little more height in that rear udder, but great strength of that medial suspensory ligament. For that, she places over 4 today. She also places over 4 just for being a little more angular, a little more sharper in those withers, openness of ribbing in the doe in 4. 4 then over 5 today for her advantage in body capacity. The depth of the barrel, the extension or the width in that chest floor, and the overall spring to that barrel is what puts her over the doe in 5. 5 then over 6 for the mammary system when we look at capacity of the foreudder, as well as just overall width in the rear. 6 then over 7 today. For the advantage that she has in the mammary system, we're just seeing a little more fullness today, as well as the slight advantage that I would say in dairy strength, just a little sharper. Still at the end of the line, she's unfortunately not in milk today, but this doe is definitely a very beautiful doe, showing great strength in those feet, nice, great extension of brisket. A doe that in milk I definitely think would be way more competitive in this class and easily up to the really top of the line. So great class today. Give them a round of applause, please. Next class, be ready.
Entering the ring next, we will have our 3 and 4-year-old. The placings for our 2-year-old. In 5th place, we have Alexa Franny from Page. 4th place, we have Hope Ash from Ramona Stars 4-H. In 3rd place, we have Abigail Ash with Ramona Stars 4-H. In 2nd place, we have Lee with Poway 4-H. And in 1st place, we have Sophie with Poway 4-H.
Continue again. I don't feel it. I can't feel it then. You're fault right there.
All right, our 3 and 4-year-old class today of milkers, only 2 entries. One place number 2 for the advantage that she has in the mammary system. When we get behind them, we see the strength in that rear attachment as well as the height. She has higher and wider rear mammary attachment, as well as just a stronger medial suspensory ligament, dividing those halves really well. And then we look at the forearm, the extension of the fullness of the forearm, the smoothness of that forearm into the body wall is just really immaculate, really beautiful. I do think she needs some strength in that top line of this Nijido. This Nijido tracks very level and overall very long in that. For that, today's class.
Our next group entering the ring are going to be our 5 years old and older. Placings for the 3 and 4-year-old class. In 2nd place, we have Hope Ash with 4-H. And in first place, we have Taylor Machaki with Fallbrook FFA.
And you're sitting there.
Everybody likes peanut butter jelly fan. I'm losing it. Also, these 2 days
All right, this is our 5 and older class, our old ladies. I think it kind of divided into here for the easy top today. Very competitive does, but one placing over 2 days can be for general appearance. We watch them on the move. One is more level over that top line, stronger about that loin, more level from hip to pin, as well as showing a little more length from hip to pin than the doe in 2 today. She also has a shoulder that's a little closer against that body wall than the doe in 2. She also has the advantage today in body capacity when we're looking at width of chest floor, keeping the width all the way throughout. As well as just a little more depth in that heart girth. Maybe not as much depth in that barrel as we're seeing in 2, but depth of heart girth is what I would say. We also have the advantage again in feet and legs when we're looking at walking around our mammary systems just with a little more ease. She's been placing over 3 today for her turn in mammary system, just a very capacious mammary, lots of capacity in that floor, lots of extension and fullness in that forerudder, and more extension than the doe in 3 today. She also has a little more width up into that rear than the doe in 3. 3 then placing over 4 today for her turn in the mammary system. When we look at height of the rear attachment, she also has the advantage in general appearance when we look at extension of brisket and just cleanliness of that brisket than the doe in 4. The doe in 4 today, definitely a very strong doe, a very dairy doe, really sharp and angular, and for that should be commended today. We're going to need all of our first places and second places ringside at least. All of our first places back in the ring, please. It's still rolling. Number 2, second place on ring side. Just stay by. Russell. After this one. You come right here, Tanner. Right here, buddy. Yeah. You're doing a good job, bud.
And then the big ones go to red, and then we have green.
Well, these are the big ones.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Because we have champion red and green.
All right, let's give a hand for all these showmen out here today. Starting with just the registered show, some beautiful does, and dairy goats a lot of animals year after year after year. So I give a lot of credit to them for still having some just beautiful does, and we're getting later in the show season, so keeping them all in really good condition. Starting at the bottom of the line, some really promising goats here. We get to this junior and senior kids, really long, level kids, very angular throughout, and very great depth of body overall for their age. I just don't think they'll be quite as competitive against some of our older does today, showing a little more maturity. But some beautiful does that we have here, getting into a yearling, very level over that top line. Might like to lengthen her out a little bit, but again, showing lots of power, lots of width, while still keeping that dairy and elegance. And then a little under 2-year-old doe here, great attached mammary system, some strong attachments. Just a doe that I don't think has quite enough rear udder in order to compete with the three does in front of her. The three older does today, some great mammary systems that we get to see here, especially that tog doe. It's a beautiful high profile here that we see, great angular doe, and then we doe that has a really high rear udder attachment as well as there, and great extension as well, very smoothness, great smoothness of extension overall. And then the age doe, just a doe again showing lots of width, a very strong doe in general appearance. I think a doe that just has a more balance today overall in the mammary system, kind of general appearance as well as just strength and body. It's going to be that white Lamancha today. She's going to be my grand. I just think she has a little more the general appearance side over the dog doe when we get into feet and legs, how she tracks around the ring. She has the strength of the mammary system over the older doe today, just in the strength of those attachments, the height and width that we see. So that white Lamancha will be my champion today. We bring in our second place doe from that class, a very level doe, a doe that also shows some pretty good attachment to that mammary system and great depth and width overall. I think the reserve today is going to have to go to our Toggenburg in the middle of the class here. A doe that I definitely think has the greater advantage over the does in front of her in the attachment of the mammary system, the extension of that fore udder, the height and width in that rear. and just the strength of those lateral attachments. She also has a little more body than the doe at the head of the line. When we get a spring of overall barrel, an extension of brisket over the doe that's just right in front of her. So great doe. Great job to all the kids. Let's give them one more round of applause, please.
Huh? From the internet?
Let me check.
Do you want a moment, or do you want me to go ahead and call this
Call the
graded?
next class. Let's just keep them going. I can stand the heat. I want to get done with things.
Yeah. Our next class is going to be the grade junior kids under 4 months old. Russell, what was the breed of the champion? Huh?
Breed?
Yeah.
They're under the registered dogs. I don't. I observe breed as a talking dog.
Yeah. I got the rest.
You can stay small. Stay small.
The placings for our purebred show. Our reserve champion is Sophie Vermont from Poway Forest with her Toggenburg. And our champion purebred is Taylor Machaki with the Fallbrook FFA with her La Mancha. We will be bringing them back for our overall champion at the end of the show.
Did it come back up?
Yeah.
All right, this is probably going to be the cutest class you see all day. 3 little ones. In dairy goats, we call this the whole dragon gag class, is what ends up happening because none of these things want to walk. So all these showmen put in a lot of work to work with these little ones. Great little class here, all Nigerians. One placing over 2 today. It's going to be for the advantage in body capacity. Look at width of that chest floor, width kept throughout. She moves about the ring, as well as just depth of body. The depth in that heart grip, depth in that overall barrel, spring to that barrel over the doe in 2 today. She also has some slight advantage in dairy strength. When you actually get your hands on her, she's sharper and cleaner than she looks out there from the profile, but she also has a little more angulation to that rib than the doe in 2. 2 then placing over 3 today for the advantage she has in dairy strength when we look at substance of bone. She just has a little more flatness of bone, a little more substance of bone than the doe in 3 today. She also has the advantage in general appearance when we look at levelness over the rump as she moves about the ring. The doe in 3, a really pretty little doe here, great width in that escutcheon, great little barrel. Just needs a little more time to grow really into herself, and I'm sure she'll be a little more competitive as she gets a little more time there. So great little class. Again, cutest class to see.
Like I have a separate sheet.
Coming next into the ring, we are going to be having our grade senior kids.
Is your mic on?
Placings for our junior grades kid class. In 3rd place, we have Alexis Franny with Ramona Stars 4-H. In 2nd place, we have Hope with Ramona Stars 4-H. And in 1st place, we have Cadence Harvey with Poway 4-H.
All right, only a single entry today in this class. A cute little chocolate Nigerian here, a doe that you can really admire the levelness over that top line, the length over that top line that we're seeing, as well as a doe that for her age shows some great body capacity, great width and depth throughout. A doe that definitely could withstand a lot more competition, well deserving of a blue. And we'll see her later in the lineup for the great does today.
Our next class that will be entering the ring is our grade 2-year-olds. With our senior kids, our 1st place is going to be Lillian Pitones with Sagebrush 4-H.
I'm really bad with names.
When is he taking his lunch break?
Probably at the end of the show.
Like the whole show?
There's only like, or at the end of the does. I mean, there's only like 3 or 4 more classes. And
And
this
then
next one's only a single entry.
And then what's after that?
Showmanship.
That wouldn't take very long.
Nope.
Jess, did you say 2?
How old?
Oh, 2.
You got this. I got this one. This is crazy.
Another single entry today of a doe that we really admire the angularity that we see, the sharpness in those withers, cleanliness about that thigh, the angulation of rear rib towards that flank. Just a really admirable doe in that dairy strength category, as well as in general appearance. Just like that front end on this doe. Love the extension that we're seeing. It's a great doe, well deserving of first and more competition. She's going to stay here as we bring in our first places back into the ring, please. First places back in the ring. All right, a small little grade show here for the fair. Just 3 little classes, all Nigerians, but great does overall. That we like to see some great length of body, great levelness over that top line. Overall, great width throughout. I think there's just one doe in the lineup that really stands out. That I think is the most balanced overall, even though she is the little kid. But you know, I'm gonna go with this chocolate Nigerian in the middle right here for my champion of my grades. I just think this doe has great levelness over that top line, over the doe behind her. She's deeper and wider than the doe in front of her, and then she's still very angular overall. She was a single entry today, so there's no second place, but there is another doe that I just think definitely has the advantage, and that's going to be the doe at the head of the line today. I think she just has a little more levelness over that top line than the doe at the end of our line. A little stronger on those feet and legs, a little more wider in between those hocks. Definitely some great does out here. Just this little one at the end just needs a little more time to mature to get a little more competitive today. But again, great class, great overall. I'm going to need the grand champion and reserve from my what's it called? Registered show, please. You guys are going to stay here. We're going to swap you in order. You're going to come to one. Great job. So you're good to go. You're going to go right behind this chocolate though. You're going to stay right here. You're going to stay right here. I got to put 2 doors in front of you. The registered. It's in coffee and soapy glass.
While we're bringing our registered does back into the ring, our champion grade will be going to Liliana Patones with Sagebrush 4-H, and our reserve champion grade will be going to Athena Stryker with Ramona Stars 4-H.
All right, I'm glad that we had a great little breed show here. Showed that we had a lot of diversity in those breeds, like some great quality does throughout. I'm glad we're having a lot of kids very entering in dairy goats. It's great to see some great involvement here. I just think that 2 registered does at the top of the line definitely carry more points on that scorecard. Some great mammary systems, some great does overall, very level, clean, dairy. And just great body capacity. I think they're going to hold some advantages over our unregistered does. So I'm going to go to our grand for best in show in our registered, and our reserve grand from our registered for our reserve and show today.
Let's put our hands together for our best Owen show with Taylor Machaki with Fallbrook FFA and our reserve best Owen show, Sophie Vermas with Highway 4-H. Next in the show ring, we will be having our registered yearling pygmy goats.
Oh, it's just calling. It's just calling.
Mhm.
So there's a couple of them.
I was told there's just calling.
Oh, that's right, because the others are primaries. So there's only column. Yeah.
As long as Colin's ready. I mean, Colin's is sitting right there. So, what age does Collins go?
I don't have a sheet. What is this sheet? Is it junior?
This is junior kids.
Junior
Oh, wait,
kids.
no. Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry.
You have a paper that I don't have.
Registered yearling.
Registered.
I hope I'm not wrong.
Well, does it say that and then Colin's name under?
Yeah, but I hope we're not doing showmanship.
Well, I just don't have that sheet at all.
What's it say on the board out there?
It's just calling, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He added in that order. Right? Is that your next order?
Yeah.
It's next year.
Yeah. We'll have pygmies and then we'll have showmanship.
Just call it, say like 5-minute warning for junior game.
Okay.
Right? Because that's our first showmanship class.
Junior showmanship.
Junior showmanship
This is what happened at junior work coach championship. Oh, that's fine. We
So
already did
I have
primaries.
junior
is.
showmanship,
We already did
So then
intermediate,
junior showmanship.
yeah. The
mine
5-minute
says
call.
junior, intermediate, senior, and then Colin, junior, intermediate. 5-minute call for junior.
This will be your 5-minute call for junior showmanship. Will be followed by pygmy goat class.
Because she, usually she goes so then you can get
It should be the best
into this.
That fun is so loud.
All right, this is our first pygmy class, our last pygmy class, and our only pygmy class. But two nice little pygmy weathers out here. I think one just carries the advantage as we look at those top lines, he's level over that top line. But also when we look at those feet and legs, showing a little more angulation, that rear leg set. Then you get behind them tracks with a little more width between those hocks. And then you look at up into the sketch and just a little more width and height there than this little weather in two. Some great weathers out here. Really appreciate the power and the strength that we see in them. So we'll get first and second here, as well as grand and reserve, and then best in show and reserve and show.
Our best in show and reserve best in show for the Pygmy Go class are both exhibited by Colin Cavateo from San Pasqual FFA.
I don't have a way on here to dictate which goat.
I got their name.
Oh, the company?
Yeah. This is brand.
Next into the ring, we will be having our junior showmanship for the Dairy Goat showmanship classes.
I don't have a great public speaking voice.
I say so.
All the way around, okay? Until we're facing off the
specific similar sizes. Did you now? Oh.
side by side facing the beat pole. Okay? I'm gonna start you coming up here. Come right up here. Just go a little bit. Come right in. Keep coming. Once you've done that,
for the goats and farms.
Is this a show that's going on today? Like, when it's gonna be able to get that, like, one,
Yeah.
I feel like that's really they built this.
Oh, for the
Streaming. Like this setup in here is like really nice. The TV's connected to the laptop goes to here. This goes to the office. Goes to the camera. Goes to that camera. Where does the other one? That's not going to here.
I wonder if he set it up so that there was a couple of extras for the future, which is what I like it. More advanced system. Right. Specifically. Cameras. Yeah. Oh, because that's the back side. So that feed.
Cameras, camera, laptop.
What's the These are for games. Well, we talked about like some of the games with like a joystick. And I don't have a keyboard on my joystick. So if I was trying to hands to me for like holding the or something like that, something.
Let me flip something to show you. Reaver Pieces, and then a whole steam domestic VGR the laser tracking setting with the crab controllers. That's
Yeah, mostly I use my joystick for Star Citizen.
if you're doing other things out.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting. They're adding so many more mechanics to it. It's great.
It is a good way.
The other one, if I had some kind of head tracking, I would play it more, is simulator battles and warfare.
Is that like when you turn this much, then your input head turns that very boring?
Yeah, so it's proportional, and you can set it up so you can have like acceleration, so you can have turning, and then as you turn more, it goes faster. So you can look at like a 15-degree angle and have your characters turn like 90 degrees.
It's still
You just get used to it, and that's why there's so much fine tuning you can do with it. So you can have it just do like a 2-to-1 the whole time, and so you can be like,
War Thunder and VR. Yes, that's VR support. It's really overwhelming. There's just so much going on. Because everyone else is playing third person. And then we just like,
not in simulator.
oh, true.
In simulator, everybody only has the cockpit.
I only play simulator when I play the tank one. The plane simulator is so cool. It's like flying for half the time.
But when you get into with somebody,
All right, let's give a round of applause for these junior showmen. A really competitive class overall. Very good showmanship. There's a lot of knowledge that goes into this. As I'm sitting there talking to all these kids, we go over a lot of questions, a lot of areas that they have to try and memorize. So it's very incredible to see. I just felt like the young gentleman at the head of the line just did an excellent job showing off his animal. The appearance of his animal is pretty much flawless. Great job on knowing his knowledge and his body parts. So what today, for actually the way he showed the appearance of the animal getting the feet, really showing her off to the best of her advantage. Granted, he likes to work for more than the young girl behind him. For that, and as well as when we're getting into the knowledge of the body, nailed them in that class. Here, I'm correct. Uh, the young lady in two. Two then over three today. That's going to be your knowledge of that ADGA scorecard. Great job already getting to know part of that. Yeah, we do have junior showmen, but we really want to get working on that scorecard as we get into the higher levels of showmanship and we get quizzed on even the smaller parts of that aspect, as well as just knowing a little bit about the young girl in three. Three then over four for the slight advantage of just showing the goat as well as some knowledge of body parts as she was getting quizzed on them. Four then over five today is going to be just for how she handles the goat. The goat likes to follow her a little more, worked with her a little better. Although the young gentleman in five today did a really good job for a goat that doesn't want to work with him. And I also want to compliment him that he was actually the only one to do that maneuver correctly earlier in the middle of the race. Great job to that young man right there. And then the young lady at the end of the line, I mean, your goat is just a little pooped out for today. You did a great job, though. Coming in here with a little kid that takes a lot of guts and takes a lot of work. So great job over there. Let's give another round of applause, please.
Placings for our junior dairy goat showmanship class. In sixth place, we have Caden Charby with Poway 4-H. Fifth place, we have Winter McKnight with Ramona Stars 4-H. Fourth place, we have Mercy Ash with Ramona Stars 4-H. Third place, we have Liliana Patones with Sagebrush 4-H. Second place, we have Alexis Franny from Ramona Star 4-H. First place, we have Clayton Derry with Valley Center 4-H. Next into the class into the ring is going to be our intermediate dairy goat showmanship.
Huh? They're waiting on you. They're waiting on you. Oh. That's not you. Oh, yeah, it is. Maybe. Yeah, you're on.
No, I'm not.
The green light's on, so it's on. Hold it down.
You can walk all the way around, facing the office.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying out this mom, but it was for showing up to your We're going to check if you 2x4 by Oh, there's no section. No, you're not tall. So. You have the other one. Like, what do you want me to do with the fire? What do you first? Well, what do you mean? Yeah, have to find a hand. It's fire. That's fire. So you're going to sit there trying to figure it, right? Right.
I guess.
Right. You need to come in. cuddle was like a stab.
Like it like took off this whole chunk, and it was just like a
Oh,
flap.
it went
So it went like under.
out. And
I didn't even put that.
it's amazing when you have a like that. Because when I come, like, it used to be because I could sit here and go into and watch my hand go back into it. And so I went into urgent care with my health. And they're like, I got myself this night. And they're like, I was like, they're like, what do you think you did back? And did this happen at work? And I was like, he was trying to explain what training helping to recruit is the urgent care. And then they're just kind of like, what? Yeah, so what I did, because yeah, like just the back foot begin, and then go through the point together with a knife up at the point, and then that. So you're like this, and side by side, please. 13. It hurt that. What hurt the worst was when they were trying to numb it. Then they didn't even numb it. So it hurt. It's genetically based. It's how you not after any point. That would go at an option. Go right, go back. This maybe the I'll tell you and put you in a pen with the turkey so you can pick at your head. Yes.
They set them up in the
I'll deal with it. Yes. Was gonna be no. Oh, we this evening.
Which is ours, do that. It is.
That's good.
All right, let's give a round of applause for our intermediate showman. It was great work in this class. We had some new showmen in. We had some veteran showmen, but overall great mix. Great large class here for the Dairy Goat showmanship. I just felt like this lady kind of went easily up to the top. She was very informative about her dough, very informative about the overall card, as well as just having such a clean dough when it came prepping her dough for the show, as well as presented her very well, walked up on the ring quite well. So one placing over to today is going to be for her knowledge around body parts as well as knowledge of the scorecard, and just the terminology used. Then I asked what was the best quality of their goat according to the scorecard. Two, then placing over three today. It will be for her turn and how she kind of walks around the ring and shows her goat. I also believe that the cleanliness of the goat, the goat for the show today. Three, then placing over four for her advantage in knowledge when we get into body parts, as well as again the scorecard, knowing about the terminology and what we look for when comparing goats to that scorecard. Four, then over five for her knowledge of body parts, as well as just the cleanliness of the goat prepping when we're looking at the hooves, the job. Uh, Comparing the two there. And then five then over six today is going to be for some slight knowledge of the card, as well as just overall a little more knowledge about her goat. And oh my gosh, I did it again. And then the young lady behind her in six. Six and placing over seven today for her advantage and how she shows the goat cooperating with her well, as well as knowledge of body parts. And this young gentleman over the young lady at the end of the line. Just a great job of walking around with the goat that doesn't necessarily want to walk, but at the same time, he had some good knowledge points about what he liked about his goat, as well as just getting the body parts kind of down there when comparing to the young lady at the end of the line to the young lady at the end of the line. Did a great job showing her goat. She kept a smile on her face. She was having fun. That's the best part about this, but also she's definitely there learning, and she's willing to learn, and I really admired that aspect of her attitude, as well as just showing her goat. Her goat cooperates with her, goat walks with her. Definitely shows that she's put a lot of work in there. So I can't wait to see hopefully where you go next year and all these showmen where they go. Great class overall. Let's give them another round of applause.
For our intermediate dairy goat showmanship, in fifth place, we have uh, Kennedy Crease with Poway. Fourth place, we have David Richards with Sagebrush 4-H. Third place, we have Mackenzie Franey from Ramona Stars 4-H. Second place, we have Anna Falso from Poway 4-H. And first place, we have Leela Courtney from Poway 4-H. Coming into the ring next, we have our senior dairy goat showmanship.
Huh? You calling?
Is this the last showmanship class?
Hmm?
Is this the last showmanship class?
No, we have a pressure fracture or colony cafe. So did we already do the TV paper? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have a special calling class. Huh?
Why?
Because we entered a big window.
Stop where you are and set up your goat. Keep walking. So, going side by side. You move your Nubian goat between the two that long dimensions. Move your white dimension in between the left and green and the photographer. Move your photographer in between the brown Nigerian milker and the Nubian. Move your black dimension to the end of the dimension. Brown Nigerian in between the photographer and the Nubian. Move your photographer in between the white Lamancha and the other photographer. Simply bring Nigerian to the end of the line.
the monster. It's still walking.
I'm also placing for this class. I'm also placing for this class. I'm trying to get this. Pretty big people.
All right, stop and set up the goat. Wherever you are.
This is just a test run.
All right, let's keep walking. All right, let's give a big round of applause for our senior showman today. Really competitive class. Showmanship is by far my favorite thing to judge, my favorite thing to be involved with, because it doesn't matter what your goat looks like. It just matters on how you show that animal, what you know about that animal, your knowledge base. And I think we have some amazing showmen out here that definitely have the knowledge base there and definitely have a lot of the advantages of just knowing how to show the animals to their best of their ability. I definitely think there were a lot of close pairings here. Just some little kinks to work out. I asked a lot of questions and a lot of questions, and I'll keep asking even more questions, just because that is how dairy goats go. So one place I'm going to do today is going to be for that slight knowledge over the scorecard and the showmanship scorecard. As you get to the advanced level, you definitely need to know both scorecards, the breakdowns of both, what they mean, and all that kind of stuff. I just think the showman is one that had the slight advantage today over the showman, and two, she also had just a slight advantage describing stuff, some certain terminology usage when she talked about what she liked about a certain animal and what she didn't like about another. Two, then placing over three is the ability of showing the animal to the best of its advantage as well as the quickness of it. Showman in two, I definitely think was the quickest instead of goat. Her goat and a different goat when she had it. Definitely a great job there, as well as just knowing about the creative point categories of what could be fixed on. And I'm sure that was a priority. And I asked, what's one thing you would change? What's one thing? So you really want to look at this goat, determine what's worth more. Three, then over four today, it's going to be for that some of that slight knowledge there, just about their goat, as well as about the American Dairy Goat scorecard, and even furthermore, going into some knowledge-based questions about goats in general. Four, then over five today, ability to show the animal the terminology usage, as well as just uh, a little more eye contact that we got to see in four and five. Five and over six for her knowledge basis of the scorecard, as well as knowledge about her goat, some terminology usage, as well as just setting up her goat to the best of its advantage. Um, the young lady down in six today over the young lady in seven. Some knowledge questions when we get to knowing about registry of partner dairy goods, as well as certain breeds. And then young lady at Caroline did a great job with her goat today. Definitely has knowledge of her goat. Some great pointers about other goats when looking at them. I just think we need to learn a little bit more about certain knowledge-based broad goat questions, as well as just overall capabilities there. But again, another great class, very competitive. Let's give a round of applause. It's a great, very good show. Really enjoyed being here today. I got to come out support the player that definitely did a lot for me. So, thank you again. And now we will have our one Big Me Showmanship class.
Our placements for our senior dairy goat showmanship: in fifth place, we have Sophie Vermas from Poway 4-H. In fourth place, we have Morgan Mitraki from Fallbrook FFA. In third place, we have Kurt from Poway 4-H. In second place, we have Taylor Mitraki from Fallbrook FFA. And in first place, we have Clara Pinal from Poway 4-H.
I figured it out. Not that.
want to. It's not a gold medal star, but but at least you get cool silver medals. So you have more than 3 birds. They're fighting.
I don't want to be hot off. The other two are dormant.
Colin, do you want me to announce you on the microphone or the?
Never mind.
I don't know why, but last week I was like, yeah, we got them. Like I'm gonna need.
All right, this is our last class of the day. Our one and only pygmy showman here. Definitely got to quiz him a little on some parts, on some knowledge base. When we were looking at the pygmy goats, he definitely knows his goat really well. You can tell he's worked with this goat, just how easy it comes in at. Definitely knows how to see his goat and his best qualities there. So very good showman. Definitely willing to or definitely deserving of first and much more competition today. So let's give them one big round of applause for the few people left here. Thank you so much for letting me judge the show today. Again, I had a great time. I love working with especially the local kids that I've definitely had some time with and give back to a fair that definitely grew me. So thank you guys so much for having me, and I hope you guys have a great day and best wishes for Market Week.
Our first place showman in the senior pygmy goat showmanship is Colin Cavatello.
Oh, pictures. Don't worry, it's just this big. I'm like,
That's the only one I study.
no, great. I was asking.
You want the other one too?
Smells like studying.
You have it written down, what I say?
Same thing. I was nitpicking.
I knew you were gonna. I mean, like, come on. It's
The worst part is I knew.
yes. Okay, I got it. Okay. You are.